Okay then. So, Maria's dead. Pyramid got to her. Now James is alone again. Might be something of a theme in this game, I think. And the hospital, has it become more decayed? It feels more decayed, I don't know. As you can see, all the tarps are coming back into full effect, which is obviously, as I've mentioned before, a very important visual that was in the original game, and they've brought it back with this, and they've kind of mixed in with the Silent Hill 1 bottomless pits grating kind of thing. Silent Hill 1 and 3, obviously. Is there anything changed around here? No, just everything covered up. It looks like a house that's being redecorated. I don't know, for some reason I always associate tarps covering up furniture and stuff as being abandoned. And I think that's what they're going for here. Oh, what's this? The potential for this illness exists in all people. Under the right circumstances, any man or woman would be driven, like him, to the other side. The other side, perhaps, may not be the best way to phrase it. After all, there's no wall between here and there. It lies on the borders where reality and unreality intersect. It is a place both close and distant. Some say it isn't even an illness. I cannot agree with them. I'm a doctor, not a philosopher, or even a psychiatrist, unlike the director. But sometimes I have to ask myself this question. It's true that to us, his imaginings are nothing but the inventions of a busy mind. But to him, there simply is no other reality. Furthermore, he is happy there. So why, I ask myself, why in the name of healing must we drag him painfully into the world of our own reality? Hospital entrance key. Alright. Laura. Running off without a care in the world. We should probably go after her. So that letter is fairly interesting. It's establishing that other people in Silent Hill are also experiencing what James is experiencing, but that patient seems to be having a better time of it, which is interesting. James, and by extension the other characters, are kind of in a personal hell, whereas that person seems to be fairly happy, which we never really see unless you want to count Laura, but Laura's whole situation is... who knows? Who knows? Alright. Now it is raining. At nighttime, invisibility is really, really low. What was that? Sounded like a light bulb smashing or something. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to attract overs. Whoa! Missed. Hey, there's a question. How much ammo do I have? Not a lot. Yeah, I've got 2 handgun bullets. Oh dear. I am not prepared to fight anything. And unfortunately, that's largely what this section's gonna be. There's a nurse over there, 2 nurses. There's also some supplies. I need those supplies, really. Let's get a couple of shots off to weaken her. There we go. Oh, hi. Didn't know you were there. Get rid of that bug. It's health items. I'm probably alright with health items, actually, but let's just quickly grab them and then run. Yeah, we can run. Even the cars are covered in these material, these drapes, whatever they are. Oh, how far is this thing gonna follow me? Now, this is probably one of my complaints about the remake. One of my biggest complaints is there are sections like this where you're just inundated with enemies. and I personally think that it spoils the tone. Like, if you think about it, we've just watched Maria die, and now we're doing video game shit. To me, it doesn't quite work. I think this part should be completely isolated and alone in its silence. And as you can see, we're getting the exact opposite. These enemies that will not die. Yeah, one of my main complaints about the remake is there are far too many enemies. There's far too much combat. The combat by itself is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It is serviceable. It does its job. But the problem is, if you stretch that too far, that's when it starts falling apart at the seams. And yeah, it kind of starts doing that around about now, because we're about to fight an absolute shed-load of enemies right now. And yeah, I think it ruins the pacing. I think it spoils what should be a very emotional, poignant part of the game, to the point where we're just fighting enemies over and over again. Now, in the original game, when you leave the hospital, the streets are also completely filled with nurses, but the difference is you can outrun them, walk past them, basically ignore them. You really can't in this one. As you saw back there, I just tried to run away from the nurse and she followed me all the way to the other side of the street. So, yeah, it doesn't quite work for me. Maybe that's a personal thing. I don't know if anyone else agrees. If you happen to have your own thoughts about that, please share them in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. But yeah, my personal opinion is too much combat. That's fine. Let's just watch out. Ah, there it is. Yeah, should have known. I had the feeling something was going to jump at me there. A lying figure scuttling around. Whoops. Oh, hi. What just bit me? Oh, where's... Okay, where is the insect? It keeps hitting me. Let's see, I need to find supplies. Which, ew, I saw that. Oh, there's two of them. Do I really want to go in there? It looks like there's some ammo on the desk, but is it worth it? Depends how much ammo there is, really. Let's give it a shot. Put a couple hits off with the gun. One more. There we go. Right, that's that done. Whoops. Overshot a slight bit there. There's another one over here. What the hell was that? Well, we got some... Oh, there's no ammo there, actually. There's some in the drawer. I thought there was some on the table. That was a risk. I've actually lost count of how many enemies I've already killed, and we've barely gotten anywhere. It's too much. There needs to be like 1/3 the amount of these enemies in this section. Oh, hello. Oop. Gotcha. Right. Very low on ammo. Oh, good. I don't know what's going on with the soundtrack, but it's making me super paranoid. The bug was a distraction. Reconnaissance. One more. Okay, at least it's being generous with the ammo. Nothing else? Right, let's go through the wall. 2 and a 3. Ah. Well. Yeah, I see you. Purely there just to mess me up, isn't it? Yeah, take that. And that. Music is still fantastic. There's some tracks on this that I'm not 100%, you know, not 100% keen on some of the changes, but there are others which just fully managed to, even though it's a different arrangement, they definitely managed to capture that atmosphere. Oh.
Forrest, stop! It's dangerous!
Yeah, it really is. Crap. I see you in there. Whoops. That thing gonna get back up? No, it's dead. Just to make sure. I see you. Is this the entrance to Heaven's Night? Yeah, it is, because there's the butterfly. Can I go in here? Nah. I don't know why the game keeps doing that. It's good, though. Keep doing it. It freaks me out every time. Appreciate it. And there. Right. Oops. Oh, not quite. There we go. I forgot you need to get it in the right place. Could do a heal. I got plenty of health, apparently. Not much ammo. I see at least 2 nurses over there. I mean, I guess I could do this part if you switch your flashlight off and turn off the radio, you might be able to stealth your way through this part. Can I get a couple hits in before she notices me? There. Alright. So yeah, we can kind of stealth it, but sometimes that's easier said than done. Oh, there's another one. I think there's a lying figure over there. No, she saw me. Nope, nope, nope. Right. One thing I will say is I do appreciate the fact that the enemy attacks are so very erratic at times, especially the nurses. They've got combos, and there just seems to be no rhyme or reason to any of it, which is nice, keeps you on your toes. Once again, it's a horror game, you should never feel in control or relaxed or safe. At least in my opinion. I know that's not for everyone, but that's what I like. Back off. So with those, the unfortunate thing is, I do wish some of the attacks were more erratic. With these ones, I don't know what to call them, the nightmare version of the lying figures. Whenever you knock them down, you know at this point in the game that it will always do that vomit AoE attack. So you're always prepared for it. There comes a point where you probably not going to fall for it anymore, and I wish that they'd made it so it's more randomized. So sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't, just to keep you on your toes. Again, definitely react to the light more than anything else. Oh, hello. Didn't even notice you there. I think I mentioned this before, that that's another thing that they do a lot, is if there's one enemy, usually that means there's a second or a third in the same room. They do rely on that trick a lot. And there's one of those bugs somewhere. Oh, the jukebox. The jukebox is working together with the creatures. Nope. This game having dodge cancels is probably one of the best things. Honestly, when I first played this, I was shocked that this game had dodge cancels, because that's advanced tech. I don't know if you'd call it that. I'm calling it that. But it's so useful. Because if I swing and I know I've messed up with the timing, I can just get out of it. It's great. If you've got melee attacks in that game, having a dodge cancel is like a necessity at this point. It certainly feels like it in this game. School bus. Uh-huh. I can also see the legs of something else under there. Have I got ray tracing on? I think having ray tracing on is allowing me to see that. Oh, it moved. Missed my chance. Should have shot it. There it is. Not convinced something else is gonna come out from one of these vehicles. There you are. Good. Ooh. We're slowly regaining all our ammo, I feel. No, nothing there. Oh, Laura.
Laura, please, wait!
That's very dark. That's really dark. I do appreciate how vivid Laura is in all this. Uh-oh. That's not good. We need to get out of here. Where'd he go? We have a new enemy. Now, an interesting thing about this enemy is you only got to see a little glimpse of it in the original Silent Hill 2. It was only ever under these grated areas. They're always crawling around. It wasn't a fully utilized enemy.
Where did she go?
And they reused the... Well, they kind of changed it a little bit, but they reused that design for Silent Hill 3. He who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss should be bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can only be learned by marching forward. Follow the map, there's a letter and a wrench. Let's put that down on my map. A letter and a wrench. Up by the American Cafe. So we're back to the first section of the game. So we're right back at what is essentially the beginning of the game. The first that's definitely different though. That's been completely destroyed. Do you mind? I'm sightseeing. See, with that one, I knew it wasn't going to do its death AoE attack, so to say. I shouldn't feel safe. I should always be second-guessing every enemy encounter. Something underneath this? Possibly. Let's smash it. Oops. Nope. There you are. Ah, the nurse came out the pharmacy, of course. Whoosh. Let's go into the pharmacy again, see what's changed. Should have seen that coming, really. I got distracted by the first aid kit, which is why it's there. That thing is just there to distract you. Health items in the pharmacy. Pretty on point. But then again, was it worth going in there? I did lose some health. That might have not been a worthwhile... Oh. We can climb up in there or go over the... Oh, there's nurses. I'm gonna climb up here. Try and be a little stealthy, James. Come on. Just realized my radio was off. I should probably turn that on. Just to make it harder for myself. Or easier, I'm not really sure. Not really sure. Oh, hi. Crap. Oh, there you are. Vomit. Where did it go? How many enemies are in this place? Oh, there's so many enemies in here. Oh, I could have squeezed through there, maybe. Yeah. That's too many enemies. Come on now. That's too much. Some kind of clothing store. Evidently. Or just a bullet store. There's Neely's bar over there. Oh, I'm on the other side. Okay, so you could either go through that, or you could go through the, Happy Burger, that's what it's called, not Queen Burger. Queen Burger's from Silent Hill 3. Or 1. Whichever. Watch out, no one's sneaking up on me. Oh, bugs. Yeah, I don't think this place is passing its health inspection. Whoa. Thought there was something sneaking up on me there. Let's have a quick look around for some supplies. Maybe some burgers. Something's around somewhere. Where are you? Oh, there you are. There. I fixed the radio. Oh, that's a good hiding spot. Am I just looping back? I feel like I'm just looping back around. Yep, I am. Oh, hi. Yeah. Going full circle now. Now I'm actively making myself fight more enemies, and I really shouldn't. If it's something that bothers me, I really shouldn't be fighting all these enemies, should I? Going out of my way to do it. Still, that's a lot of enemies. What did I just say? Swoop. Damn it. No idea where that must have been hiding underneath the table. Oh, I saw that. Come on out. Hands up. Or legs up. After all that, I miss. Okay, I think we've gotten everything we need. Let's go into Nelly's bar. Because this is a dead end otherwise, isn't it? What the? I was so taken aback I just watched that happen. I feel like I've just fought, going from the hospital to here, I feel like I fought more enemies than the first 3 hours of this game. Oh hey, at least the jukebox still works. Oh. There was a hole here. It's gone now. 50,000 YouTube essays have been written about that one bit of text. Nope, can't play anything. If you really want to see Mary, you should just die. But you might be heading to a different place than Mary, James. I feel like that's fairly on the nose. You can still say it doesn't reveal everything, but still. Oh hey, the original map with all of the stuff marked down. I feel like the maps in this game's not too dissimilar to that. Slight change here and there. More locations in this one, obviously. Is that breathing coming from the jukebox? It's kind of reminding me of Maria in the hospital. Oh, someone on like a ventilation system maybe. Or someone just sleeping. Bullets. Hit the bullets. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Nope, still locked. No one hiding anywhere, good. No supplies though. Oh, there's some. Ah. Too good to be true, wasn't it? Ugh. That was a terrible swing, James. Where'd it go? Ah, damn it. I was stuck in the picking up animation. I took a look at that dumpster and thought, I wonder if something's hiding behind there. And then I got distracted by bullets. That's a very From Software game design. Tricky into doing... Whoop! Okay. Still more around. Though it might just be an insect. Yes, it is. I feel like this insect just exists to run around, set off your flashlight and radio just to freak you out. Otherwise, they're not really a threat. I don't want to harp on it about too much, but I feel like when you make your players go through this much combat over and over again, you really, really dilute the whole experience. Because it's becoming predictable, and it's losing its effect. It's not scary. It's kind of just... This is the game. It's very video gamey, where I feel like this game doesn't need to be that. Oop. Oh boy, that's not a good place to hang out. I wouldn't say the combat is becoming boring or a chore, but it's becoming... What's the word I'm looking for? Predictable, standard. Dang. It especially doesn't help that we've really only got the 3 enemy types. I feel like Alan Wake 2 and 1 actually had the same problem, where there was a very limited amount of enemies, but you fought a lot of them. So by about halfway through the game, you've seen basically everything the game's going to throw at you, and it just doesn't have the same effect as it did. Where is that phone? Oh, I bet it's outside, actually. Isn't there... Ooh. There's a phone box nearby? That'll be it. Nowhere else to go. Let's go answer the phone then.
Hello? Anyone there?
Or perhaps you are a fool. The truth usually betrays people. You should know. The key is in the park, at the feet of the praying woman. The wrench will open the gate. The key will let loose the abyss. Usually it's just advertisements for like escorts and stuff, but there's a little more philosophical. Ooh, there's the wrench. Hit the wrench. Right, yep. Wrench. Well, we need that to open the abyss. I feel like we're already in the abyss. But as we'll soon find out, there's many layers of the abyss in Old Silent Hill. And that was completely blocked off now. Oh. A photo. They're here. What number? 10. It would be really creepy if you were walking down here and just some of these apartments just had their lights on. Kind of inexplicably. But that doesn't really work for the theme of the game, though. It should be like this. That would work for a different game, I feel. A different Silent Hill. That would work for Eddie Silent Hill. I've always imagined Eddie Silent Hill... We get to see glimpses of it, but his kind of day-to-day... I would like to think that most of the monsters that he sees are just like shapeless silhouettes or people like watching and just maybe pointing, not making any noise but just always watching. I don't know why, it just feels like it would be suitable for Eddie to his creatures in Silent Hill to just kind of be there, making him paranoid. Like they're mocking him, but then they're not actually doing anything. Because I do feel like a lot of Eddie's stuff is in his head, so to speak. Obviously there's the bullying, and that's when like the whole visual of like people standing and watching, maybe pointing at him, that feels like a little bit of the bullying, but I think it would be creepy if they were just standing there doing nothing. Oh. The door that wakes in darkness, opening into a nightmare. Oh, it's open. Thank you, blood text. That's quite a nice visual there. Ever since we went for Nelly's bar, or the other bar, it's been really quiet. Ignore the gasp. Like this section here, I feel like this should have been the section when we leave the hospital. I think it should have been deserted, quiet, absolutely nothing, no enemies at all, and you're just walking through the streets of this dark Silent Hill. Just thinking about what just happened, it would give the players time to reflect. I think that would have been better, but I really do think you walk out the hospital and you instantly get attacked by a bunch of enemies just kind of spoils it. It doesn't work. I think it ruins the moment. In my humble opinion, I would have personally preferred if it was just silence. Really get into that abandoned, you're all alone. Yeah, I think this is great. Just walking through the dark gloom. Never really knowing if something's going to attack. He sounds agitated. Uh-oh. Nope. Oh. Okay. We gotta run. Let's get out of here. Ugh. Yeah, fortunately, they're below the floor, so their attacks are limited. They can attack us, though. I do like the fact that... Oh, dear. I do like the fact that the sound they make as they're coming towards you, it sounds like footsteps, so you're looking up expecting something to walk towards you. But they're on the other side of the grate hanging down. That's a good switcheroo when it comes to the audio. James is freaking out. It's fine. Okay, we're back in Rosewater Park. I don't know if much has changed, though. We'll have a quick run around to see if there's anything different. Right, we need to go... Now, I think we need to go to the statue in the actual garden area of the park, where we were walking around with Maria, and she made a comment about, basically women's suffrage. Well, not suffrage, that's a different thing. The, women being mistreated. She says it's something that happens throughout history. Something to that effect. It's around here somewhere. Bit further on. Oh, hello.
Hey. Are you feeling better?
This place is different from what I remember. I guess things never really stay the same, do they?
I guess not.
I don't think she's here anymore, James.
Who?
My mama. She doesn't want to see me anymore.
Why would you think that? Anyway, I'm happy to see you.
Happy to see me?
Alive, I mean.
Oh. Yeah. I better get going.
You still don't want me to go with you? If we stick together, we might just make it out of here.
Out of where?
This town. Silent Hill.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Oh, you didn't happen to see a little girl around here, did you?
A little girl?
Yeah, Angela? Are you alright? Angela?
No. Please. You shouldn't be here.
Angela, it's okay.
No, don't touch me!
No, that was a completely new scene for Silent Hill 2. That was not in the original game. And it's quite nice to get some more of just these two characters interacting and just kind of seeing, really cements the idea that they're experiencing completely different things. He seems to not either not realize that she's in Silent Hill or not realize that there's anything wrong with Silent Hill. But at the end there, after he says little girl, something's triggered something there. And she sees whatever she sees. Something's after her. At first you think maybe she's talking about James, but no, she's seeing something that James can't see. Right. Guess we'll dig in the mud. What have we got here? My patient buried it here. I knew, but did nothing. It made me uneasy to have such a thing near. I wasn't looking for the truth, I was looking for tranquility. I also saw that thing. I fled, but the old society was sealed. No one dares to approach that place. Now I offer you the key. If you still do not wish to stop James, I pray to the Lord have mercy on your eternal soul. Historical Society key. Now, we did go to the Historical Society just a little bit, but that's all the way up over there. So we have quite the distance to walk. So we better hoof it. I think it's so much better, this quietness. This complete desolation, I think it suits the game so much better than constantly have to fight enemies over and over again. Jack's in. Oh, and some delightful music. While we're here, I'm gonna go back into a room. over here? I wonder. Nope. Just testing. So obviously this is the room we came in before with Maria, and James said he didn't like this room. There was something wrong with the place that made him feel uneasy. We also saw this hat here, which is the hat of a character from Silent Hill 2 called Douglas. Silent Hill 3, sorry. And if we look over here, we can see this behind the wallpaper. I don't know if James being uncomfortable has something to do with this. This is the Halo of the Sun from Silent Hill 3. All this stuff on here, there's some like Hungarian and Nordic runes going on in there. There's a whole thing to unpack that would take a video in of itself to explain all the stuff, but needless to say, it's the symbol of the Order. First, I think it was the first appearance in Silent Hill 3. And then it was used in later games, and it's kind of been added into this one as a nice little Easter egg. Which kind of begs the question of, what's the timeline here? Douglas's hat, that symbol being there. Maybe time isn't as straightforward in Silent Hill as it is in the real world. It's kind of like Lothric from Dark Souls. Right, let's go to the Historical Society. Here we go. Finally made it. That was a heck of a walk. Well, more of a run really, but still. Right, let's go in. That painting. We'll get to that eventually. Some maps on the wall. Sure, I'll save the game. I'm gonna explore. I will love looking at that later. Don't really want to confront that right now. Ah. Okay, interesting. Lady of the Light. The unveiling of one of two statues commemorating the local folktale. Was that in the garden that Maria took us to? Ah. Little Baroness, maiden voyage 1916. That's the boat that sank and killed a bunch of people, right? Another photo. The new clock. 17. Probably smash all of these, couldn't I? Eh, well not. We should probably go investigate that rather large painting that James is freaking out about.
It's him.
Misty Day, Remains of the Judgment. Obviously, that's Pyramid Head with his spear that we saw in the hospital. We also see the people in the cages, whatever those are. That's a very common occurrence in Masahiro Ito's work, like being imprisoned, caged, bondage, something, stuff like that. It's a very common theme in all his work. So I think a lot of people assumed when they saw this was kind of proof that Pyramid Head has always been a thing, but this is kind of more retroactively appearing, if you know what I mean. Wilt's coal mine, established around 1815, it remained operational until the early 1900s. The mine played a key role in the revitalization of the Silent Hill. The Silent Hill, apparently. Is that a reference to Downpour? I know there was a mine in that one, but I've never played Downpour. Brookhaven Hospital, 1880. The hospital was built in response to a great plague that followed the wave of immigration to the area. Originally, it was little more than a shack, but has since expanded into a fully fledged medical establishment. And then unexpanded. Oh. Name scratched over, illegible. Former director of the Brookhaven Hospital. Implication being that he did some awful, awful things. I mean, we already saw as much, to be honest. We saw his writings about his treatment of the patients. Title unknown. Offer unknown. It's a holy grail. No, this is a clue of an item that you can get only in New Game Plus. That leads to one of the alternate endings. Waterfront landscape. Alan Smith, date of birth and death unknown. A depiction of the local area. The style indicates it was done sometime around the 1820s when the region was far less populated with sparse infrastructure. But apparently someone has taken the painting. Historical Society founders. No date on it, but we can assume it's very old. Among the local legends is that of the Lady of the Light. The story tells of a woman who was accused and found guilty of witchcraft. As punishment, she was taken to a small island out in the lake, a minuscule stretch of rocky soil, devoid of any food or shelter. There she was to suffer a slow, excruciating death, as her body succumbed to cold and hunger. However, unbeknownst to the rest of the townsfolk, there was a young man among them who, having gazed into the woman's eyes, as bright and beautiful as midsummer's moon, had vowed undying love for her. When she was convicted, wrongly as he believed, he swore that he would not let her suffer such a cruel fate. While waiting for an opportunity to abscond with his beloved, every night he would sneak out and row across the lake, bringing her food and something to keep her warm, and every night the woman would stand there on the shore, holding a lit candle to help him find his way. But then, one night, when the sky was exceptionally clear, devoid of even a wisp of cloud, the young man set out on his nightly escapade. As always, he would look into the distance, looking for the light in the darkness that would lead to his beloved. On that night, however, the moon shone so bright and so vibrant, stronger than any candle could. Seeing the light's reflection on the water, the young man was led astray. He rowed and rowed and rowed, following the reflected light, hoping against hope that he could reach it. He did not care for his aching arms or the shortness of his breath, utterly mesmerized by the illusionary light. When his boat tipped over, the man was so exhausted from rowing, so weakened were his arms, he was not able to swim ashore. Thus he succumbed to a watery grave, which seems to be a common occurrence in that lake. I think that lake might be haunted. Although left alone, the woman on the island never lost hope. She kept coming out at night, lighting the candle. Legend says those looking for true love can still see the lady's light out in the lake, shining to bring her beloved home. While the story is clearly meant as a metaphor and a cautionary tale, it is to a certain extent rooted in reality, as the area has indeed seen its share of religious persecution, such as that of something Alyssa, some Gillespie, who knows. Oh. Alright. Foreshadowing? I think that might be foreshadowing. Technically. Oh. Well, that seems... Yes, this seems like an exhibit. Huh. Well then. There's only one way to find out what's down here.